Bridgewater. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And the return comes to a halt. QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
The debate about Kirk Cousins continues to rage both among Vikings fans and fans around the league. But when you look at his numbers, you think this is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Last year broke a string of 4 straight 4,000-yard passing years with the emergence of Dalvin Cook in the backfield. So while those numbers dropped, he was still solid throwing the football. 26 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions. Now he's just got to develop an extra target on the perimeter in order to get his numbers back to the previous levels.
Good run there by Cook on first down, powering his way forward, a gain of 6.
Cook, the ball carrier.
The numbers a week ago for Cook. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, we would take that one for action.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
That's good. We're up.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On third down, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Bailey's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 24-yard line.
Teddy Bridgewater and his Panthers ready to go again. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense down, saying, thanks a lot. You held him to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
23 yards.
So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like it. I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football. And that's worked for the defense early in this game. And now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
2nd and 6.
From just shy of midfield, Bridgewater gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he locates Walker, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Bridgewater throwing complete here to Moore. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Bridgewater, play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
Vikings 10, Panthers 3.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie Jeremy Chin. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
1st and 10.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
The ball carrier. He's tackled at the...
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about where they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
A gain of
14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
First down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 3 yards the gain there, second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Ten 3-yard score after 1 here on EA Sports.
10, Panthers 3.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for first.
And it's third down.
Now Bridgewater. Steps away to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Here we go with McCaffrey going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before. The first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to... Look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
On first down, it's Cook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it second and 14. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Cousins from the gun on third. And he finds Cook. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
49-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, this play is significant.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? Third level run. First level being the D-line and linebacker. Second level in the secondary, the third. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Cousins. A tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards.
Well, if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
And Rudolph has it left side. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers,
and he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Green to bring it back. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Zettel popping in for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So Bridgewater needing to work a little magic after that sack on a 3rd and long. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now, 4th down.
On 4th down, the Panthers call on their undrafted rookie from South Carolina, Joseph Charlton, to punt. Amir Abdullah deep from Minnesota. Two-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped in that huddle and said, a lot more to be done, guys. Let's not, would you say, take your foot off the pedal? Let's not do that right now. But there is that possibility as people can get self-satisfied. The greats do not. We'll find out what he's made of.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Cousins now. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 1st downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the 1st half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
And the lead now, 3 touchdowns and 21 points. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Green to bring it back. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. So due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Panthers 3.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Starting the 3rd quarter with Cook. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And all the way up to the 46. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
To Justin Jefferson. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers' 41. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to spin their ears back and get after him now.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
First down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. To throw, Bridgewater. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker.
Bridgewater.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And here comes Abdullah on the return. A 40-yard punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and that's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter.
A 6-yard pick.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Cousins hands
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
From the 38, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
It's 3rd and
good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Whitehead on the tackle.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film section tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So Bridgewater needing to work a little magic after that sack on a 3rd and long. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. He'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
11 yards.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. They start the drive with Cook. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Again, it's Cook. He'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Little pitch and catch here to Rudolph. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy leagues.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah. And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And this is incomplete. Christian McCaffrey, last year's catch leader among running backs, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Here's Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th.
At the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continue to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Walker with a grab, left side. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Bridgewater now. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Walker. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Bridgewater again. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Anderson loses the football, and the Vikings pick up the football.
Bridgewater's pass complete.
Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They run it again with Cook. Showed some solid running, strong running, and then he's corralled just beyond the 10. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Vikings, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.
She right got me.